Detective Michelle Odera watched her entire career get shredded in front of her, page by page, and she did not blink once. The precinct break room went silent as Captain Russo ripped the case file in half, then in half again, the paper falling like confetti onto the linoleum floor. 3 years of work. 3 years of quiet surveillance, sworn statements, and financial records that proved half the department was on the take. Gone in 11 seconds. "There is no case," Russo said, dropping the last scraps into the trash can. "There never was a case, you understand me, detective." Michelle understood far more than Russo realized. She had spent 6 years as a military police captain before joining the force, and she had learned one lesson that never left her. Paper could be destroyed, truth could not. She had made copies. 3 months earlier, Michelle had been assigned to investigate a string of evidence room discrepancies. Guns disappearing before trial, drug evidence weighed light, cash from seized assets never quite matching the report. Every officer she interviewed gave the same nervous smile and the same rehearsed answer: nothing to see here. But Michelle had grown up watching her father, a corrections officer, get pushed out of his job for reporting the exact same thing 20 years earlier. She had promised herself she would never let silence win twice in the same family. So she built the case brick by brick, hiding her real files in a locked box at her mother's house in Riverside, 3 copies on encrypted drives and 1 printed set mailed to a lawyer she trusted. She told no one at the department, not her partner, not her lieutenant. She had learned that trust inside a compromised system was the fastest way to get buried. When Captain Russo found out she was close to nomming names, he did not fire her. He did something worse. He humiliated her in front of the whole shift, tearing the file apart like it was nothing, like she was nothing, hoping she would quit out of shame. Michelle picked up her badge from the table where Russo had thrown it, and she walked out without a single word. That night she drove to the small brick office of Assistant District Attorney Frank Delgado, a man known across the county for one thing: he could not be bought. She placed a thumb drive on his desk and told him everything: the missing evidence, the falsified reports, the names of every officer involved, including Russo's. Delgado did not sleep that night, neither did Michelle. By 6 the next morning, federal auditors were already reviewing the evidence room logs Michelle had quietly photographed over the past year. By 9, 2 officers had been placed on administrative leave. By noon, the story had reached a local reporter who had been chasing rumors about the department for months. At 2:47 that afternoon, Michelle's phone rang. It was Mayor Diane Whitfield. "Detective Odera," the mayor said, her voice tight with something between fury and disbelief. "I need you in my office in 15 minutes. Michelle walked into City Hall expecting another fight. Instead, she found the mayor standing behind her desk with Delgado already seated, along with 2 federal agents Michelle did not recognize. "I have spent the last 3 hours reading what you built," Mayor Whitfield said. 14 months of evidence, financial records, interview transcripts, all rebuilt from memory and backup files after a captain in my police department tried to destroy it in front of you." Michelle said nothing. She had learned not to fill silence with apology. "I am not going to pretend this is a small thing," the mayor continued. "You did the job we asked every officer in this city to do, and instead of support you got humiliation. That is on this department, and it is on me for not catching it sooner." The mayor walked around her desk, extended her hand, and looked Michelle directly in the eyes. "I am sorry, detective, personally and officially, and starting today you are leading the newly formed Internal Accountability Division, reporting straight to my office." 15 minutes after that phone call, the woman who had been humiliated in front of her entire precinct was standing in the mayor's office being handed a promotion that would reshape the department from the inside out. Captain Russ was arrested 2 days later along with 3 other officers. The evidence room scandal made statewide news, but Michelle refused every interview request. She was not interested in being a headline. She was interested in making sure no other honest officer ever had to hide their own work in a locked box at their mother's house just to see justice done. Months later, a young rookie named Priya Shah knocked on Michelle's new office door, nervous and unsure, holding a manila folder of her own. "I think something is wrong with the property evidence numbers on the east side," Priya said. "I do not know who to tell." Michelle smiled, pulled out a chair, and said the only thing that mattered. Tell me, and this time nobody is tearing anything up. If this story moved you, hit like, drop a comment telling us what part hit hardest, and subscribe for more true-to-life inspired stories of quiet courage.